I'm here at the Law and Justice Center where the man allegedly responsible for the brutal Moose Creek murder was seen in court today.
State your name for the court, sir.
Darren Abbey.
You're hearing the voice of 41-year-old Darren Christopher Abbey, the man accused of murdering Dustin Gersom of Belgrade at his campsite near Big Sky in October. Gersom was found dead at his campsite along Moose Creek Road by his girlfriend and another friend the morning of Saturday, October 12th. His death was initially thought to be the result of a bear attack. The campsite was a gruesome crime scene, and investigators carefully collected evidence to identify the suspect.
If you have some need to commit these types of crimes, let it be known we will hunt you down, and we will make sure that you never see the light of day again.
According to court documents, Abbey was located in Butte by the Butte Police Department the morning of Saturday, October 26th, and taken into custody on a probation violation. A Gallatin County Sheriff's deputy, along with an agent with the Division of Criminal Investigation, reportedly interviewed Abbey on October 29th, and according to charging documents, Abbey confessed to killing Gersom, claiming self-defense. At a press conference Thursday, Gallatin County Sheriff Dan Springer explains the two men met at Gersom's campsite.
As he approached the site, he realized someone was staying there. He stated Dustin welcomed him to the campsite and offered him a beer. At some point, this individual struck Dustin Gersom with a piece of solid wood, stabbed him in the neck with a screwdriver, and ultimately hit him with the axe.
Sheriff Springer says a DNA sample taken from a beer can at the campsite returned a match with Abbey. Jillian Price, the sister of Gersom, shares her memory of her brother as a local family man who grew up in the valley.
Dustin was a great kid. He was born here in Bozeman, and he worked all over the valley. He could have framed your house. He could have poured your foundation. He could have installed your countertops. He was a hardworking, skilled tradesman.
At Abbey's initial hearing at the Gallatin County Courthouse, it was revealed that this isn't the first time he's seen the inside of a courtroom as prosecutor recounted just a glimpse of his criminal history.
Guilty conviction for battery on a police officer, burglary, also found guilty at trial. He had multiple charges of aggravated assault on a peace officer, malicious harassment charge. He spent time in the Idaho State Penitentiary. He has multiple DUIs across multiple states.
The prosecutor noted, given Abbey's criminal history, a high bond was justified.
The state believes that, given all of those factors, that a bond in the amount of $1.5 million would be appropriate in this case.
Abbey's next hearing is scheduled for November 15th, 2024. In Bozeman, Megan Elaine, MTN News.
All right, people, what's going on? So you guys saw the video, and this video is exactly, or this news story, I should say, is exactly why I tell people, do not help other people. Don't help women. Don't help children. Don't help men. Don't help people. Stop being helpful. Stop being nice. I'm not telling you to be mean and callous, but I'm saying if you don't have the ability to solve that person's problem and like send them on their way like lickety split, like in under 5 minutes, don't help. If you can't just give somebody $20 and okay, they're good to go, and that's the end of it, don't help. Don't get involved with other people when they are in need. I want you to think about this situation. This guy goes into the woods to go camping where he's supposed to be testing his survival skills. He goes into the woods. He has all of his stuff. He has all of his camping gear. He sets up. He's doing this thing. He's camping. I don't know what time of day it was when this individual, came across his path. But at some point in time, this guy comes across his path, and this guy has no kind of camping equipment. And that wasn't a red flag to him. You're in the middle of the woods at a campsite. Presumably you have to drive out to the campsite. You have to set up at the campsite. This guy doesn't have any kind of camping equipment. He doesn't have a backpack. He doesn't have anything. And he just walks up to you and, he says, "Oh, I'm looking for a place to camp." You open your camping area to him and you offer this guy a beer. And you don't think anything is off. Like, as a man, where are your survival skills? Like, this is the most, this is the most cheesy, scary movie type of thing I've ever heard of. You're camping in the woods and some stranger just walks up to you and 5 minutes later you're gone. because you want to be nice. As a man, there are certain things you just have to do. You have to be disagreeable. Like, being disagreeable is a survival skill. Being cold and somewhat callous and uncaring is a survival skill. It keeps you alive. Imagine if he had been there with his family. Like, if he had his daughter, because like you saw pictures of his daughter. Imagine if he was there with his daughter. That would have been 2 casualties. Imagine if he was there, with his girlfriend or wife. That would have been, 2 or 3 casualties. As a man, you should not be quick to help people. Like, you should be capable of helping people, but you have to understand the situation. You should not just welcome people in just because they look innocent. Like, no, this isn't Disney World, right? As a man, I'm 40 years old. The guy who got deleted was 35. The guy who deleted him was 41. We are all the same age. So there's no excuse for the level of stupidity. As a man, when you walk down the street, you should be sizing up other men, right? I know I do it. Not because I want to fight, but because I want to know where I stand. I want to know when I walk in a room, if something pops off, do I need to smack somebody up or do I need to back up, right? I'm not going to get engaged in a physical altercation with somebody if they're way bigger than me. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and cop a plea and hey, you got it. I'm also not going to fight somebody who's smaller than me, but they got cauliflower ear and a broken nose. I know you know something about rolling around on a mat. I know you know Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, or you done did plenty of years on somebody's wrestling team. I'm not trying to get folded up. I'm too old for that. So at the end of the day, as a man, your survival skills should always be on. You should be, having your head on a swivel. It's just like driving. There are idiots on the road, so you have to defensively drive. You have to assume that everybody on the road is a moron. So you have to drive accordingly. In the exact same way, if you go camping, not even if you go camping, when you leave your house, as soon as you walk out the door and you turn the lock, you turn the key on that lock, your number one goal outside of whatever you're doing, your number one goal is to make it back alive. Like this guy, he took his eye off the ball. When you are doing stuff like that, you have to have some sort of survival instinct. You go out into the woods. Montana's an open carry state, by the way. So you go to the woods, you don't have a knife on you, like a defense knife. You don't have a hunting knife. You don't have a gun, a rifle, nothing. You set up your camp. You start camping. You're there for however long you're there. You're drinking some beers. Somebody walks up. This person doesn't seem out of place to you because this person does not have any kind of camping gear. It's not like they drove to your campsite thinking it would be empty. They don't have any coolers. They don't have any fishing equipment. They have nothing. And that doesn't stand out to you. And then you just welcome them in with open arms. And what? You guys drink and you get drunk and this person bonks you over the head and then takes you off the census. And now your family, your daughter doesn't have a dad. Your sister doesn't have a brother. You're gone because what? Because you wanted to be a nice guy. This is where disagreeability comes in. You have to be like, you should have your head on the swivel. Like, you should be like, hey bro, what's up? What's going on? You need some help? You need some help finding your way to your campsite? You need some help finding your way to another campsite? You need some directions to get up out of the campsite? Like, what do you need? Because there ain't nothing for you here. I don't have anything for you here, right? That would have kept you alive. Now, I'm not telling you to be a bad person. I'm just telling you, when it comes to survival, the name of the game is me first, you second, if at all, right? That's how you stay alive. And I don't want to victim blame. I don't want to do that. I don't want to victim blame. But at the same time, when it comes to keeping people safe as a whole, we know we can't victim blame kids because they're supposed to be kind of dumb. And we know we can't victim blame women because they'll freak out and we'll get canceled. So that only leaves men. And it's like, as the leaders of society, as the protectors of society, as the people who support and defend and advance and repair society, we have to be accountable. And this is why we have to teach our young men, brothers and cousins and sons, it's okay to be a jackass sometimes. It's okay to be disagreeable. It's okay to tell people no. It's okay to not be nice. You are in the woods. You didn't have a gun or a knife or a spear or anything in case of a bear or a cougar or nothing. You don't have enough survival skills when it comes to people to tell some guy with a gigantic Grizzly Adams beard to keep pushing. Nothing about this guy said send him packing. Come on, man. I don't want to victim blame, but unfortunately, this guy is a tragic tale of what happens when you're nice. Now he's just a teachable moment. Don't be nice, right? The reward for a nice guy is an early grave, as you can see. It is okay to say no. It is okay to put yourself first. It is a-okay to not care about what the next man has going on. Send that person packing. Don't pick up the hitchhiker. Don't stop to defend nobody, right? If you can't help that person and solve their problem within, 5 minutes, send them on their way, right? It's about survival. Do what you got to do to get home. It's not hard. So I ain't gonna beat this into the ground. Let me guys know what you think, and if you walk out your house, do what you got to do to get home. Peace.